there an update on Franz? I know under the recovery timeline, this was the first possible game he could come back. I guess, are you expecting him back?
Well, Alex and our medical staff is doing a great job in helping Franz get through the process, but we don't have a timeline right now at this moment.
So you're not expecting him to suit up tomorrow? No.
Not to my knowledge.
Is he still wearing the cast? Has he shed it yet? Or is he still in the cast?
Excuse me, can you slow down now? I'm sorry.
Oh, is Franz still in the cast?
No, he's not. No, he wears a splint.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
He's still in that though?
Yeah.
All right.
Is he going to go to the Bahamas with you guys? Is that like a day-to-day type of thing, whether you take him there or not?
We bring in our entire family. Franz is one of our family members, so he will join us.
Mm-hmm. And then in Beth, how has his recovery process gone in terms of what he's been able to do so far and right now? Even?
Well, his process has been a frustrating process for him because any player would be frustrated, upset to see like his teammates out there competing in practice and in games, and unfortunately you cannot join them. But throughout the process, he's been working extremely hard on his conditioning, doing as much as he can do, what's allowed for him to do. But overall, we're just waiting patiently to see how he heals, because his body and his health is the most important thing.
I guess I'm just curious, one last question. What does a typical practice look like for him? Like, what does he do when you guys are out on the court practicing?
And when he comes back, you speaking of?
No, right now. I guess, like, what does he do when you guys are practicing since he...
I'm sorry, I don't understand your question.
What does a typical practice for Franz look like right now since he's hurt?
Oh, well, Franz is there. He's out there watching us practice. He's watching some of the, whatever we're working on, whether it's on the offensive end or defensive end. He's also working out, doing some conditioning while we're practicing. He's in tune. He's locked in, and he's a part of the process. But unfortunately, he's not a part of the live action.
Andrew?
Keep the Franz questions going, if that's all right. I mean, since it's his wrist, can he run? Is his cardio? I mean, if he was healed and could play tomorrow, could he be in game shape, or where's his cardio at? I guess.
Well, you're never in game shape when you haven't had a chance to practice. That's just overall as an athlete. It's a process with that. Basketball shape and regular training like you and I do is totally different. Basketball shape, change of direction, 40-minute games, or the bumping and grinding of the physical play is totally different than when you're running a treadmill or you're on a vertical climb or you're lifting weights. So it would take any player some time whenever they get cleared to get into some basketball shape.
And then I've heard in the past when someone hurts their dominant hand, their offhand, sometimes they get better because they've been dribbling and doing. Has he been doing stuff like that? Have you seen any of that? Or?
He's been in practice working.
Thanks.
Jacob?
Yeah, hi. So looking ahead to Houston Baptist tomorrow. So Houston Baptist is a very kind of up-tempo team. I'm wondering what you guys are looking at defensively to combat that, either start on that tempo or get what you're looking on defense.
Well, we've been prepared. We've played some teams. His last 3 games has been similar to the team that we're going to face tomorrow night. They shoot a lot of threes. They're a quick team, play with a pace. Tomorrow we expect for a lot of quick shots because if you look at their stats, you will see in the first 14 seconds of the shot clock, the shot goes up. And we have to expect long rebounds. We got to do a very good job of blocking out. But we expect the team to come out and play hard. You can't be surprised by any opponent.
So is size something you're going to be looking to take advantage of then against the team tomorrow?
Well, I would say this, that we're going to be ready for everything, any and everything, and we're going to continue to keep building our offensive and defensive identity.
Go back to James.
Juwan, after last game, you mentioned how on offense you guys always want to maybe give John Teske a look, or at least look at him. I guess for a guy, what adjustments does he have to make, kind of going from a 4th or 5th option he was the past 2 seasons to kind of maybe being one of the first options on offense?
Well, John is he's improved each game that we've played. He's did a great job of working extremely hard this past summer, as well as in the preseason leading up to the season. I'm sure he's welcome with the fact that he's a part of the offense and he's accepted the challenge and embraced it.
And I guess how do you feel like he's handled a larger role, and do you feel like he can maybe show more responsibilities maybe moving forward?
Well, he's embraced the larger role. He knows that we need him, skilled player that has improved year after year.
And how much does that put an onus maybe on his decision-making too? Just, knowing whether to kick out or on the cutter or stuff like that?
Well, one thing about John's skill set is his IQ. So he's very good at reading the game and the situations. He's a smart basketball player. We trust that he will always make the right play.
On the right, Josh?
Hi, Coach. So you've talked a little bit about how it's going to take a while for this team to find its offensive identity. Right now, like the team's toward the top of the country in terms of points created off the pick and roll. So where do you think that improvement on offense is going to come from? Like, where's that area?
Well, you can always improve on each and every area. Shooting, inside presence as far as scoring in the paint. You can always improve off the pick and roll. But we try to score off many ways, not just pick and roll. But one thing that has been a huge plus for us is that we've done a really good job of attacking the paint.
Andrew?
It's not the next game, but we're not gonna maybe get to talk to you in depth before then. So the Bahamas games, 3 games in 3 days. Can you give some insight into how that, preparation will look? I know you had, back-to-backs in the NBA were a common thing. So just as far as how you'll, handle that and the scouting and things like that.
Well, I'm not going to be rude or anything like that to any of you today, but I'm here to talk about Houston Baptist.
All right, fair enough.
It's one game at a time.
Anybody have anything else? Go ahead.
Okay. So David DeJulius right now is ranked second on the team for his for rebounds, which is kind of surprising given his position and height. Can you just speak a little bit more about how he's improving and his expanding role on the team?
Well, if you look past I would say this: if you look back to last year, David didn't play much at all. Then, credit to David, he came in spring and worked hard in the gym. He's always in the gym working out, working on his game, whether it's ball handling, shooting. He enjoys watching film with the coaching staff whenever that time is allowed to. He's a student of the game. He's trying to figure out ways to how he can improve, but more importantly, how he can help the team in many ways in different roles that he plays for us. Overall, the last game, he played well. Came in and gave us a big lift. We fed off his energy. Yes, he understands that in order for us to win, you got to do the little things too, and that's defending and rebounding. Fortunate enough for him, he's just been aggressive going after the ball, and I would love to continue to see that, not just from David, but from the rest of his teammates.
Anybody have anything else? Okay, Coach.